And we are live. Hey, everybody. This is the Women of Top Team. We're here at 9 o'clock on Tuesday evenings now for a little while, getting together, talking about how we're doing with e-commerce, specifically with INFINii and on the Top Team. And I was actually going to turn on my picture today because I'm like, wow. But this, this is kind of a mess going on here. But I'm a real person just like anybody else out there, running around, taking the kids to soccer, volunteering at the school. And in between times, I'm working on researching more products to get on my Amazon store and all sorts of other things. So we're the real deal here, real people, real women doing real e-commerce and having real lives and real life going on. So there you go. I have Georgia with us here tonight. Georgia Williams is here. She hasn't been here for a couple weeks, and I'm so glad to have her here tonight, and Lutisha Merlin as well. And we're going to talk about last time we touched on, why it's such a good time of the year to get started in e-commerce and build your e-commerce business and get it going. Tonight we wanted to spend a little time on why you need to stay connected to your community, why that's so important, and why that is really paramount and to your success in e-commerce. Because there are people out there I know that were part of our business for a while and now are trying to do it on their own without the support of a team or being in a network, and they're struggling. I know people come back and try to ask questions and want to get information again, and it's hard when you don't have a team anymore. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that topic tonight, and I'm going to go ahead and let Georgia kick off. She is a busy lady. She's got lots of stuff going on tonight, and she may not be here for the whole hangout, but I wanted to hear from her. So Georgia, come on out. We're excited to hear from you, and I'm so glad you're able to be here with us tonight.
Thank you, Julie. As she said, I've missed several weeks for different reasons, medical reasons, family reasons, just things getting in the way, but I was determined that I was going to be on this hangout tonight because I feel like it's important for people that are listening who are thinking about doing this business to know that even though you have a lot going on, you can still do this business. In fact, I'm in the middle of a meeting right now with a friend of mine who's a director, wonderful director of a high school drama club. I do their costumes for them every year, and we're in the middle of doing the costuming for Annie. But she's gracious enough to allow me to spend a few minutes on this hangout to let you know how I feel about how important staying connected to the community and the training is to making your e-commerce business successful. Sometimes people look at the e-commerce, people that get in and don't stay in, they think that, oh, there's a meeting here and there's a meeting there, and there's just too much going on and I don't have time. But all the trainings that we do, all the trainings that we're connected to are recorded. So even if you can't make the recording at the time, the meeting at the time or the training at the time that it's scheduled, it doesn't mean that you can't go back and listen to it on your own terms. Now, I listened to a Saturday training that was so inspiring to me. Every time you listen to a training, it motivates you and it inspires you to get back to it and find the time to put into it that you need to. Let me give you an example. August was a kind of a slow month for me. It was a slow month for several people. I barely squeaked out 30 sales. That was good because, I figured a sale a day. They didn't come in that way, but when you think about a month and you have 30 sales on my eBay side, and I had a lot of sales on my Amazon side too, but eBay seemed to slow down. And then I went to a surge training. I'm at the surge level with Carly Hahn. She's awesome trainer. She keeps it so interesting and so exciting. But I went to a surge training at the beginning of the beginning of September. And just with that training alone, when you listen to what they have to say, because they're always trying to find ways for you to improve your business. They sit around and say, okay, this is good, but how can we make it so much better? And then they do. They pull a rabbit out of a hat, and before you know it, they come up with something. Well, guys, try this. This will probably work better for you. So I listened to the training, and September yielded me 87 eBay sales. That was amazing to me. When I just implemented the training that I had done with them, the sales started pouring in. And I know it wasn't just because it changed from August to September. It was because of the training and all of the that they gave me, and I implemented it. And lo and behold, they were right. If you try this, it works. And I listened to a training on Saturday, and as I was listening to it, I was at my mom's house helping out there because my brother just got out of the hospital, and my mom just had eye surgery. So I was there yet again helping out there. But I listened to the Saturday training. I was in her dining room with my laptop, and she called me. So of course I had to go. And I put in the chat box, Carly, is this being recorded? And she said, yes, of course it is. So I was able to step away for 15 or 20 minutes, however long it took to take care of what my mother needed. I came back, and even though I had missed that 15 minutes, I was able to continue with the training as they presented it. But I'm going to be able to go back and listen to what I missed. And that's what I wanted to say, is that when you listen to the training and you implement what they teach you, you will see improvement in your store. And every time I listen to a Woman of Top Team playback, or I listen to the training in the back office, I hear something that I either forgot or I didn't know. And it makes my business just that much better. So I wanted to tell you that even if when I go on to the Top Team Facebook page, and I do that every day, regardless. I can do it on my phone, I can do it on my laptop, it's with me everywhere. And listen to other people, you get motivated and inspired to know that this business really works. When I listen to what other people are doing, it's just so awesome. This is a great business, and if you're thinking about it, it's a business though, so don't think that it's just a fly by night, get rich quick kind of thing, because it's not. You have to put in the work to get the results. I've been doing this for a little over 2 years now, and I absolutely love it. And I only see it getting better and better. I was out last night on my Amazon side doing retail arbitrage. I went into Marshall's for something specific. I didn't get that. But I came out with a basket full of stuff from their clearance section. And then after that, I was motivated, so I moved on to the Dollar Tree. I moved on to Goodwill. I went into Goodwill and I found several things. And then from there, I moved on to the Dollar Tree, and I said, okay, I'm just going to shop until the street lights come on. But I was there till after dark, and I came out with 2 baskets from the Dollar Tree. And I was up last night till 2 o'clock in the morning, sorting through all this wonderful stuff that I'm able to sell for so much more profit than the dollar that I paid for it. It's just so exciting, and it's fun. And I can't think of, I have several other businesses, but I can't think of one that works so well and turns so much profit in such a fun environment. So that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to say that if you're looking for something to do that's fun, but it's a job, so stick with it. I'm sticking with it, and if you do join, you can see me at the Top Team fan page, the Facebook page. I'll be posting. I haven't posted a lot lately because I really have been totally busy with family issues. But I'm back now. I've started to post again because I want to share with you just how awesome this business can be. So thank you, Julie. I've taken enough time out of Ms. Haynes's meeting we're supposed to be in, so I wanted to, but I did want to stop in because I have been missing, and there's really no excuse. You have to find time to do what's important to you. And this team, Women of Top Team, and this INFINii business is absolutely important. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you so much, Georgia, for joining us. I'm so glad that you're back. We always miss you when you are not here, and I'm glad that the things are settling down a little bit, although you're gonna be off, you're gonna be off again. But you're so funny. You're like me. I'm like, but I always have my phone and I always have my my computer. I mean, it goes where I go. So, right, even when we're traveling or on vacation, we find ways to connect. But I'm just so pleased that you were able to be here with us tonight. And yeah, I was watching your posts as you were posting to go out shopping for profits, and I know how addictive that is. I went out and did it the other day. Every once in a while, I get an itch to go do it because I have been extremely busy lately. And I haven't done that for a while. In fact, I used to order from liquidators and do like all sorts of like crazy stuff. And I used to go into Goodwill quite a bit. Like we have good ones here, and I'd hit the circuit of Goodwills. I used to go. You could find some really good stuff in there. So I was just tickled when I was reading your post today because you know what, that is fun, and you never know what you're gonna find. You just never know. I mean, my dream is that Five and Below will come out here to this, rural area where I live, or one will come within like 30 miles and I can actually go to Five and Below. But yeah, it is super fun, and staying connected really is important. I wanted to bring Letitia out to talk about that because she was talking about, we were chatting, and when we were talking about the topic of staying connected, she was mentioning that her husband was rewatching videos and going, so much has changed. And we do have our main trainings that are in the back office, which are very good, and they do try to keep those updated and up to speed with what the latest that's going on. But you do have to realize that people that are using those trainings, they're people that are coming in and they're brand new and they're using those trainings, and they might not be ready for more advanced stuff. So when you look at the training modules that are in the back office, a lot of that is, those are the fundamentals. That's the stuff you have to master and learn, and that will get you started and that will get you going. Of course, we have the tools and everything else like that there. Then you can start getting into like the Saturday trainings, whether at the prime or the surge level, because we do have surge trainings now, which are packed full of content. And you know and there is new stuff coming out all the time. But I'm gonna let Letitia talk about that because I thought that was pretty funny that Joseph was giving her that content. So I would love to hear your perspective, Letitia, on how often things are changing. How what happens to your business when you don't stay connected, things along that nature. So you come on out now and share your 2 cents, and I will stop talking and go last.
Thanks, Julie. Yes, when Georgia kind of mentioned like what she thought we should talk about tonight, I was excited and laughing because Joseph has he hasn't really been doing a lot of this business as much as I have, because he's been doing stuff with his regular job, and they've got him in some trainings and classes and stuff. So he's been busy, and we've recently decided to expand some more and do some more stuff. So he was like, what can I do to help to make this easier on you? Because I'm having to pick up a lot of hours at my day job that I had cut down to one day to help out. And I said to him, I said, you've got to keep the eBay postings up for me. I said, right now I'm only like able to work on them like every other day, and they have to be consistent. So I need you on the nights that I'm off at my other job to do the listings for me. And he was like, oh, okay. And then it hit me. I'm like, wait a minute, when was the last time you did one? And he's like, I don't know. It's been a while. It's been like a couple months. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you've got to go back and watch some of the videos. I was like, they've changed a few things. I said, and there's a couple. I said, matter of fact, I said, I'll find them for you. There's a couple Saturday trainings that you have to watch. Carly just really changed the whole game for us on the way it looks when you do your descriptions and your titling and stuff. And he was like, oh. He's like, so I can't just go in there and list tonight. I said, no, because then I'm going to have to go back and tweak it all and fix it. And I probably should just let him do the postings, because then at least we would have had the listings up. But I'm so anal sometimes. So I find the videos and he's watching them, and he calls me at work and he's like, do you know that the Saturday trainings are like over an hour long? I'm like, yes. I was like, but there's got so much content. He goes, no, they do. And of course, he totally got something different out of them than what I got out of them. Like, there were 2 certain ones that I pulled up just specifically so he could see how I wanted him to do the descriptions on my eBay listings, and how to figure out the perfect titling. And he picked up on something else that I was just like, yeah, I just totally ignore that. I don't do that. And he's like, no, we have to do this too. So, you know, he's doing what I wanted him to do, and I'm now adding in what he wants me to do that he got from Carly on the Saturday trainings. And you know what? We've had 9 sales in 2 days, which is good for us because usually we're like 3 or 4 sales. Like, so, I mean, the trainings are really, really important. And like he says, we have to really do what they say. I mean, there are so many different ways to get eBay to say, oh, we want your listing higher in the rankings, you know. And one of the things that I was like, oh, that's not that important. We don't really need to spend money or spend time like doing that when I've got this easier way to do it. And he's like, no, let's just make these changes. And sure enough, that one little change that I was ignoring made a huge difference for us. And so I don't know, it's exciting, it's fun. I'm really like, I'm thankful that him and I are able to work as a team, because you do see things differently. And that's another thing, like with TopTeam, because TopTeam's the same way, even though they're not people I'm working with on a constant basis. They're there. So like if someone has a question, I can go see what other people are saying also, or I can go give my opinion. And you pick up little nuggets there too, because no 2 people are going to see the same thing as being important. But sometimes when you see what someone else thinks is important and you incorporate with what you think is important, they both just go hand in hand and they work that much better for you. And I love that Georgia was talking about the surge trainings, because I've been playing catch up with the surge trainings myself lately. And Carly, she's just amazing. I mean, she's always been good. She's always been amazing on the prime trainings, but like she really, her and Bill, and I'm not going to say Bill's last name because it's long and complicated, and I won't dishonor him by completely butchering it, but the 2 of them are just really good together, and they really get you down in the trenches. And because of that, I've gotten more confident with working the Amazon side and starting to actually make our sales there. And I was like, wow, I'm like, this is so not as complicated as I thought it was going to be. I mean, it is different than what I thought it was going to be, but it's not as complicated or as difficult as I thought it was going to be. And I still go back, like, I'm like, all right, I'm going to list today, but I'm going to go back and listen to these 3 trainings over and over again, because I need that confidence booster. And that's, I mean, I think that's the best part about INFINii, is the fact that those trainings are always available to me now that I've got them. You know, it's not something that you get to look at once and they go away. I mean, because anybody can take the basics of what we do and pick up on that pretty quickly. But there's so much more little small things in there that make it just so much more effective than the basics. So, I mean, really, the trainings, I can't tell you, as much as I hate to listen to videos on a constant basis, I do it because there's so much there, and they do really help. And it helps me to stay fresh and on the, you know, the go with it. So, I mean, and Joseph, you know, he was amazed. He was like, I can't believe that in like the 2 months that I was dealing with this other stuff and letting you deal with this, that so much has changed. He was like, it's not big, huge changes. He goes, and it's not hard changes. He goes, but it's a lot of little neat, nifty things. He was like, that definitely make it better. So, I mean, again, you can go sell something on eBay or Amazon on your own, and I'm sure you're going to find lots of stuff out there to kind of give you an idea, but you really are not going to get the quality and the help and the support that you're going to get if you are with INFINii and with TopTeam. And, you know, I don't know, we're just where it's at. I can't say that enough.
I agree. I agree. Thank you for coming out, Letitia. It's great to hear from you as well. And that is pretty cool, right? I mean, that is awesome. Some tweaks that you made, and I think it's cool that, you know, that you mentioned, you know, Joseph seeing one thing and implementing it, and then you seeing another thing and you were ignoring one thing. I mean, it is true, and that's why you know, a lot of times we'll say, watch, I watch trainings multiple times. I do, because I'm like, let me make sure I'm doing it right. Did I miss something? I mean, I watch videos, I'll watch them a few times, and then I'll go ahead and I'll start making my list, my little, my notes. So, because there's great information in there, and, you know, the more you watch things, the more it sinks in, the more you practice it, the better you get. For me, writing it down solidifies it. So, you know, and with e-commerce, not to say that this is, you know, you should put out a training. It should be cover all bases, and it should have everything in it. You have to understand that in the e-commerce world, things are changing all of the time. eBay is making updates and changes. Amazon has really been spending a lot of time. They've made some major updates and announcements here recently and in the last months that have impacted business. And you know, you have to stay on top of this stuff. It's not static. This is a business, and you know, you do need to, you know, stay in the forefront of things. You can't just put yourself in a bubble. You know, get a training, memorize as much as you can, then unplug from everything, go out and do it on your own. Yeah, you can get that, and maybe there have been a couple of people that have been successful doing that, but by large, I'm trying to say, it wouldn't be the norm for people to do that. You know, there's just too much stuff going on. There's changes that are made. There's new policies that come out. There's, you know, when they change their algorithms, it changes the way, you know, how eBay finds your listings or how Amazon finds your listings, and people are constantly working at this stuff and constantly figuring this stuff out, constantly staying on top of it. So it behooves you to be a part of a community. Now, TopTeam, you can always, what's so great about that is that we live in an instant gratification world, right? And, you know, sometimes, you know, things are put out, you know, when you're in, you know, like INFINii, they'll update trainings and they'll do that. But, you know, there's no place really to ask questions, right? That's the beauty of the TopTeam Facebook group. Instant feedback. It's just instant gratification. You can go ahead and post a question in there now. People might not know the answer, or they might not know right, you know, quickly, but you know, most times people will respond to you fairly quickly, and you know, you can get some feedback, you can get some dialogue, you can get some conversation going if you're having an issue with something, if you have an obstacle, if you want clarification. That's a great place to post questions and get some feedback from people, and it's awesome. It's a great community. So everything, it just accentuates everything that's what INFINii is doing, and it gives you a place to go when you need that instant feedback, right? Sometimes you just got to have a question. It's on your mind, and you feel kind of stuck. You just got to get this one obstacle, you know, overcome this obstacle or answer the question before you can move on. And that's why we have that group. That's why we're there. So I just wanted to mention the importance of that. We share a lot of information in there. I did also want to touch upon real quickly, while we're talking about changes and things going on and being part of a group, you know, INFINii, the core training, revolves around e-commerce, right? E-commerce training, and helping you to generate income without having to recruit and build a team if you don't want to. Well, they've launched their latest digital product. It's called Signal Forge. Sorry. And if you're in my list, you'll be getting some more information about that shortly. I know Jeff's been sending information out. A lot of people have been sending information about that. And currently, right now, I mean, it's open to, you know, international people and people in the United States. But right now, they are trading binary options, and if you're an international member, you can trade those options. We have a software that generates signals, but if you're an international member, you can actually have the system automatically trade the signals for you. So a signal comes in, it'll go into your account, it'll place the trade. Like, you don't have to do anything. That's not available to US members because of restrictions, governmental restrictions. Actually, it's very heavily regulated here in the United States, and it's against the law to do that. But they are launching automated Forex trading now that is allowed and available to US residents, and that is like right around the corner, literally like days away. So super excited about that. Wanted to let you know that because it's different than e-commerce. It's another way for people to be able to make money online. It's very different from e-commerce, right? But it's another solution. And guess what it doesn't involve? It doesn't involve team building or recruiting if you don't want to do that. Now, we have some great training when it comes to that. So don't worry if you do want to build a team. But, you know, the INFINii is always working on solutions for people to make the most out of their money. I mean, they realize people are super busy. People don't have a lot of time. We're all in that boat, me included. So I'm always looking for ways to leverage my time, right? If I can find, if I can get an automated trading service and I know that their success rate is 70%, and I know that I'm going to break even to make money as time goes on, why am I not going to do that? I am going to do that because that makes sense. Anyway, I did want to mention that because it's a new exciting thing coming out. And you know, you don't know that kind of stuff if you don't stay in the loop, if you don't stay connected. You don't necessarily know that stuff unless you're maybe on somebody's list. Then you don't know about all this cool stuff going on. And it is going on, and it's awesome. So listen, if you're in my list or whoever sent you this link to get on this Hangout, please do connect back with them if you have an interest in automated Forex trading and getting some more information about that. Get with the person that sent you this link because we're having a really cool hangout next Monday that's going to talk about all of this. And the person that invited you here can invite you there so you can get more information. And if I'm the one that invited you, you know, hit me up, say, hey, I need that link. I'd like to find out more just to get more information. So that's some exciting, cool stuff that's going on too that, you know, I wouldn't know if I wasn't in the loop. So it's really important to stay on top of and on top of your community and you know, you don't have to be talking with people all the time. We get that there's some people that I mean, everybody's got different levels of, you know, busyness. I mean, you know, sometimes you can maybe make a comment or here and there, even it's welcoming people to the team. You know, sometimes people get super busy. We totally understand that, but you know, it is great to check in and to see what's going on because there are things going on. There are changes that are going on. There are cool things happening that you maybe want to and need to know about. I'm very heavily active in Amazon and launched a new product here recently. And then a little while ago, Amazon changed their terms of service so that you basically can't. We used to use review sites, and a lot of these review sites are good, very good reviewers who gave, you know, some of them gave like, you know, they didn't all give 5-star reviews. Some of them gave 4, 3-star, whatever. But the outside world looks at those types of things and says to Amazon, like Forbes will say, ooh, Amazon, your rating system is biased. And Amazon's trying to get away from that due to outside pressure. So they recently did a term of service change that, you know, you can't exchange, you know, offer coupon codes in exchange for a review. And before they would allow you to do that, as long as the reviewer would leave in their review a disclaimer, I got this product at a discount, that, you know, a lot of people say these opinions are my own, and, you know, they would write really, really good reviews, pros, cons, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so we can't do that anymore. And you know, I had to get out of my comfort zone because when I come out and launch new products, a lot of times I just send it out there. And I love my products. I love things I put out there. But, you know, it's like the same old thing with recruiting, right? You don't want to bug your friends and family with them. But they're awesome products. So, you know, because of that because I was in the know and stayed on top of, you know, here's what's going on with Amazon, then I was able to not say, oh, I'm stuck, what do I do? No, it's like, all right, well, I'm going to put this out there. This is an awesome product, and let people get it. I'm not going to ask them for a review. I'm going to say, hey, I want to connect back up with you and get your feedback on it, which I can do. I just want to get feedback on it. And then if people, if people want to leave a review, I'll be like, hey, if you really loved it, hey, that's great. I mean, I'd love to hear that. If you'd like to, you're under no obligation to do so, but if you'd like to leave a review, that'd be great. And so I'm doing that now, and it gets me out of my comfort zone. And people are like, wow, that's really cool. Wow, that's really cool. And it's another way for me to connect up with people, which, I hadn't been doing before, but it's been fun for me to be able to connect up with people and just kind of talk to them a little bit more about what I'm doing and share some information with them. So, it opens up doors that you didn't think you would open before either, that are good for you and healthy for you and good for your business. So staying connected really is important. You don't have to be inundated with it, but just popping in there once a day even, or just welcome somebody to the team or whatever it is. You don't have to be in there all the time. Everybody's got, like I said, everybody's got different things. People work, people have kids, people have, loved ones that they may be taking care of, or, helping other people, caregivers and things like that. So, but it is really important today to stay connected. We have a really great community, some amazing people. The founder of TopTeam, Jeff White, shout out to him. He created this platform for us to be able to communicate with people. And I love it. I love being able, if we've connected up with just a few people tonight, or 100 people tonight, or, I'm sure it'll be scattered throughout the days because people watch the Hangout. If we're able to just connect up and give people a little bit more information and share something with them that they didn't know, then we've done our job. We've given you some information that you needed to hear. The Surge Hangouts, the Prime trainings on Saturdays, awesome stuff. If you're new, stick with the basics, then move on to that and implement those things. But do stay connected. Do ask questions in the TopTeam group. We're there to answer questions. We've got a lot of great people in the group that are there to help and really love to help. So that was basically the topic for tonight. That's why we love the TopTeam. That's why we love INFINii so much. So I think I'm starting to lose my voice. I wasn't prepared for that. But thank you for coming here tonight, for spending time with us, for being here and getting more information. Please connect up with the person who sent you here. If you want to get started, there's a yellow link. If you're watching this from the Hangout page, there's a yellow button that you can go ahead and get started right now. The person that invited you was smart enough to get you here. They definitely will be able to help you. If one of us invited you, definitely connect up back with us, and we will look forward to chatting with you and helping you with your business as we go forward. Thanks for connecting, and we will look forward, if there's no company Hangouts next Tuesday evening, we'll look forward to being back here with you next Tuesday evening at 9 o'clock Eastern. If you have any comments, please put them down in the comment section below. There's a comment section on the Hangout page if you're watching it there. Please put them in the Hangout comments. We'll get them. We'll answer them. We will respond to you. Anything you'd like us to cover, please let us know, and we'll get back to you. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a great night.